Hi guys, Josh Cordell from Prep Success Coach. I want to talk to you about a concept that just totally changes the way you look at sports and competition. And it's the idea of competing against yourself. So we learn at an early age that we're competing against somebody else in sports, and it often becomes that opponent is the enemy, and sometimes actually not just the opponent is the enemy, but the other fans are the enemy and the official is the enemy, and we have a whole bunch of enemies who we're trying to overcome. When you learn to compete against yourself, really the only enemy is a lesser version of yourself. And this is a really groundbreaking way of thinking because it totally shifts everything and it truly allows you to reach your potential. So let me give you a few examples. When we view our opponent as the competition, then our ultimate goal is just to beat them. Okay, we may not give our best effort and we may beat them with a less than our best effort and think that we did a good job. But when we compete against ourselves, then it changes everything because now the only person I'm trying to beat is the yesterday's version of me. I want to be a better version today than I was yesterday. I want to be the best that I can be. And if I'm the best that I can be, then the score is going to take care of itself and I don't have to worry about final results. We talk a lot about up, over, and down opponents, and you're going to want to watch that video. I've got a lot of videos that you're going to want to watch, let me tell you that. But at prepsuccesscoach.com, we've got a video about up, over, and down opponents and why that's so important to have those type of opponents. But when we're playing those opponents, they are not the enemy. They are actually, and they're not our competition. They are actually a partner in this whole process of us competing against ourselves. We need that opponent. We need those officials. We even need those opposing fans to allow us the opportunity to compete against ourselves to try to be the very best version that we can be. So here's a couple of the ways that competing against ourselves changes everything. When you play an up opponent who's an opponent that should beat you, if you compete against yourself, then the final result is not going to determine whether or not that was a successful endeavor, because what's going to determine if it was successful is you being able to look at yourself and say, did I give it my best effort? Did I give it my best focus? Did I have my best attitude? Effort, attitude, focus, those are three things we talk about all the time, and you're going to want to watch that video too. Like I said, some great videos that you're really going to need to watch. But competing against ourselves changes everything, because now if you're the number one guy on the team, you're the first option, you're in the starting position, you're number one on the ladder, or you're on the other end, you're the last guy off the bench, you're at the bottom of the ladder. Well, in those two situations, it can get confusing on how are we competing against the other people on our team, and it gets unhealthy. And what's really healthy is for us to compete against ourselves and for us to just constantly be pushing to be a better version of us, because ultimately the best version of us is going to give us the very best results, right? We could be beating other opponents, and if we're just focused on those outcomes and not focused on us being better, if we're focused on competing against them, then we're not going to have the full picture. We may be playing lesser competition, may be playing downs, and we beat all of them, and we think, wow, I'm really doing a great job. But if you're not giving your best focus, attitude, and effort, then you're really not being your best. And so every day is a chance to compete against yourself. We're going to elaborate on this in another video, but I want to give you that basic idea of just really competing against yourself, not competing against anyone else, and actually looking at everybody else as a partner in helping you have the opportunity to truly compete against yourself with the goal of being a better version today than you were yesterday. Josh Cordell from Prep Success Coach, and we will talk to you soon.